Welcome to the Spiritual Hustler Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Zweig, multi-seven-figure serial entrepreneur, best-selling author, and branding and business coach. And this is a show where we are redefining the word hustle, reclaiming our true feminine nature of magnetism, and putting down the self-judgments and shame around loving to work and making a lot of money at it. On this show, you're going to learn how to stop hustling and start spiritually hustling. By pressing play, you are now part of a new movement of women who don't hustle for money. We hustle for meaning. We don't hustle from lack. We hustle for love. We don't hustle from survival. We hustle for humanity's thriving. We hustle toward healing the ancestral programming of fear and step into a new understanding of safety in the body to receive. This shift isn't going to only heal your life. It's going to make you a whole lot richer too. This is the Spiritual Hustler Podcast. Hello, my beautiful spiritual hustlers, and welcome back to the podcast. Oh my gosh, we're dropping another unlocking because it's 2026. And if you couldn't tell, you guys, I am fired the fuck up. I hope you don't mind how much I say fuck on this podcast. I'm going to maybe try and tone it down in 26. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not toning anything down in 2026, and neither should you. So welcome back to this show where we embody the full spectrum of the women we came here to be, spiritual and hustling. No apologies. We are divinely coded, connected, light beings connected to a higher power that guides us every single day here in the 3D, third dimensional, earthly plane reality, also known as Earth School, so that we can learn our lessons, integrate them, bring them into reality in the form of our gifts. Because I often say that you've heard this before, your mess is your message. And to use this power, this horsepower in 2026 more than ever before to create a ripple effect, to move the mountain that you have been pushing against or thinking that you couldn't climb to the top of your entire life. All of that stops now. That limiting belief that you can't do it. You can do anything, sister, that you tell yourself you can. Okay. You are a trailblazer. And that is what I want to unlock in all of you today here on the Spiritual Hustler Podcast. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. You know that every Thursday I come in with a tiny little key off of my cosmic keychain that's inspired by the tattoo of the key that is sitting on my heart to unlock something deeper, something wiser, something more true inside of you. That is what this series is all about. And every week we pluck a different key and we shimmy it into the lock that has absolutely been keeping you from stepping all the way through the portal of who you really came here to be. And we're going to talk about portals today. We're going to talk about trailblazing women, and we're going to talk about why some of them move through portals and others don't, and what happens when you don't, and what happens when you do. Because this is a real conversation around courage. It's a conversation around choice. It's a conversation around faith. And a lot of that is taught out of us. We are programmed away from our own courageousness because it's been very conditioned in women, especially, that if we take up too much space and are seen and choose ourselves, that we will be burned at the stake, that we will die, that we will be rejected, that we will be ignored. And that's really, really vulnerable. I get it. It's a risk. It's a risk to play big in this life. And I believe that there are certain moments that happen throughout the year, throughout this beautiful, cyclical, seasonal cycle of the earth and its communion and connection with the cosmos, where things come into alignment. The stars, the planets, the universal energies come down onto planet Earth, and they open portals that get us into deeper alignment with our choices and our visions. Some women say yes. They know that portals don't open all the time. They know when they see an invitation, whether that's a program or a mentor or just a decision or a leap, they trust the timing. They trust the opportunity. And some women will move instantly through that, and others will overthink it, and they will delay it, and they will rationalize it, and they will stay exactly where they are. So this episode today, this key today, it's not about strategy. I'm not here to teach you a strategy. I'm really talking to the women who are ready to move when moments like this arrive, and why. And we all know that we're coming into one of the most potent portals, not just of the year, but of our entire lives. This is the year of the fire horse. And I get really excited about all of the Chinese animals in the zodiac. Last year was the year of the snake. Next year is going to be the year of the goat. But you guys, it's the fire horse. And not just like the horse, it's the fire horse. And the last time this happened was 60 years ago. And women at that time didn't have the option to choose themselves in the same way that we do. We don't have just an opportunity to choose to be trailblazers in this current season of consciousness. We have a deep responsibility. And so I want to really break down what it means to be a trailblazer, because I believe that we are all trailblazers. I believe that we came here to be trailblazers. And it's just the density of 3D polarizing conditioning that has made us forget that. And trailblazers don't wait for proof. They are the proof. And I'll say this pretty boldly because I'm here to be fucking fire horse energy. I'm a trailblazer. I call myself that now, not out of ego, not out of any sort of pedestal, but looking back at my career, I had no proof. I was like a starving actress, starving artist that fell into entrepreneurship, started 3 businesses, failed my first, scaled and exited my second, and I'm now scaling my third. I had no proof that I could run a magazine when I started my first business at 26. I had no proof I could run an agency when I was 34 and started that business. I had no proof that I could be an online platform and build a massive community and do what I'm doing now. There was no proof. Trailblazers don't need it because they know they are the proof. What's inside of your soul, what's inside of your clarified vision is honestly all you need. And we've been taught that it has to be tidy. It has to be right and ready. It has to be logical. There has to be some sort of guarantee. But trailblazers know that that's all just dressed up fear. And they rely on their intuition instead. They trust themselves enough to decide. And here's what I really, really love about calling myself a trailblazer is that I'm surrounded by so many other women who are trailblazers too. And the power of community and getting inside of rooms of other women who are choosing this identity is really the accelerant that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. And the truth is, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to mic drop it anyway. If you could have built it alone, you would have already. So you've got to find your women and you've got to find your portals. Okay. Because there's never going to be just one more course or one more credential or one more year or one more time that will be the perfect moment. This is all just a symbol of your own self-distrust. And trailblazing women trust themselves. And they're not afraid to avoid the parts of themselves that still are a little scared. You're always going to be scared, babe. I wake up every day scared. There is some part of me that has some sort of resistance to the path that I have signed up for. Absolutely. But like I said, being a trailblazing woman today isn't optional. It's a responsibility. And so we can call our addiction to preparation and getting everything perfect as a strategy, but all of that is a myth. There is no one more thing that you need to wait for to step into her. Now, there's a real reason, a deeper reason why women don't sign up to the identity of trailblazers and step through the portals. It's not money. You can always make it. Trust me, you can. It's not even timing, and it's certainly not your capacity. What it really is, sister, I'm going to call you in to call you out, to call you back into yourself. Here's the key. It's your fear of being seen. It's your patterns of proving. It's the fact that you actually don't truly want to outgrow your current identity, because it means probably losing things, relationships, people, perception, connections, safety. And when you feel that way, you feel alone. And nobody wants to feel alone. But would you rather feel alone and big and embodied? Or would you rather feel safe and small? Because staying small, yes, it keeps you really, really safe from disappointing people and disappointing yourself. But it also keeps you really far away from expansion. And so I want to talk about this moment, because we're heading into the fire horse on February 17th. These portals don't stay open forever. Real leadership, the call of women rising up into seats of power and wealth, are the ones who are responding to this in real time. And when you really step in and you show up, and I hope that you show up and you join me if you are ready for this year to be the year that you call yourself a trailblazer. If this is the year you finally want to grow more clients and have more money in your bank account and to be more visible online so that you can attract more of who is meant for you. If you are ready to build a business that carries you versus you having to carry all of it, you have to trust that you're worthy of that in the first place. And I know you are. And this portal, 60 years ago, women in Japan had to hide the information that they were born in 1966 because it was bad luck. It was a bad omen. It was so wired into the consciousness of that part of the world as a superstition that it was terrifying to be a woman born during a fire horse year. And man, I just got the chills. You might not have been born in a fire horse year. None of us have, unless you were born in 1966. And if you were, hello, I can't wait to meet you. And if you're having maybe a little girl in the year of 2026, hallelujah. Let's go. We need more of these fire horse women on the planet. Regardless of where you are in your journey, this portal has come at this time in humanity to invite you deeper into who you really are. This is the year for female leaders. So the portal is about to open and everyone knows it, but it is the trailblazers who are really going to step through. Remember that trailblazers don't wait. They decide first, and then the evidence follows. And that we really, truly trust our fire and our power and create a path that looks like no one else's, that we trust ourselves that we can do that, and that we do it in the most potent portal, not just of this life, but of many lifetimes. I really hope you understand the gravity of this moment, of all of the evolution of humanity for hundreds of thousands of years. And the Lunar New Year, Chinese astrology is ancient, you guys. It's so deeply coded. And we're this generation of awake and remembered women who have so much agency in their lives in ways that our moms didn't even have. And now we get to blaze new paths, not just for ourselves, but for all the women that are going to come after us. That's a responsibility. And I hope you claim it in the most perfect portal we'll ever get. I love you all so much, and I will see you on the next episode of the Spiritual Hustler Podcast. Bye, guys.